If you hear technical buzzwords like AI/ML and blockchain all around you and you get curious, or maybe you're a beginner who wants to learn how to code and become a programmer, then you're at the right place because in this lecture, we will introduce you to the world of programming. We'll be discussing what programming is, the history of programming, and the basics of how to get started with writing your own code. What is programming? First, let's define what programming is. At its core, programming is the process of creating instructions that a computer can follow to perform specific tasks. These instructions can be written in various different types of programming languages. Now you may ask, what's a programming language? Programming languages, in the simplest terms, are languages that can be understood by computers. These languages can be used to create a wide variety of applications, including websites, mobile apps, desktop applications, and even video games. They can also be used to create systems that control various devices and machinery, such as elevators, traffic lights, and robotic arms. There are many different types of programming languages, each with its own syntax, semantics, and characteristics. Some of the main categories of programming languages include low-level languages. These languages are close to the machine code that is understood by computers, and they are often used to write system-level software such as operating systems and drivers. Examples of low-level languages include assembly language and machine code. High-level languages. These languages are further from machine code and are more human-readable. They are often used to write application-level software such as web applications and mobile apps. Examples of high-level languages include Python, Java, and C++. Getting started with programming. I'm sure at this point you must be thinking, but how do I get started with programming? The first step is to choose a programming language to learn. There are many resources available online to help you make this decision, including comparisons of different languages and tutorials on specific languages. And you may choose any programming language as you wish. But generally, for beginners, Python is considered the best option as it is very easy to understand and its syntax is very close to English. Once you've chosen a language, it's time to start learning the basics. This usually involves understanding concepts such as variables, data types, loops, and control structures. As you progress, you'll want to start working on small projects to practice your skills and build up your portfolio. This could be something as simple as creating a simple program to perform a specific task, or working on a larger project such as building a website or mobile app. No matter what your goals are with programming, the most important thing is to have fun and keep learning. The world of programming is constantly evolving, and there is always more to learn and discover. So get started today and see where your journey in programming takes you. Basic concepts in programming. Now that we've covered the basics of programming and programming languages, let's take a look at some of the basic concepts you'll need to know as a programmer. These concepts remain the same irrespective of which programming language you wish to learn. Variables. A variable is a named storage location that can hold a value. In programming, variables are used to store data that can be used in your code. For example, you might use a variable to store a person's name or the price of an item. Data types. Data types refer to the type of data that can be stored in a variable. Some common data types include integers, which are whole numbers, and strings, which are sequences of characters. Different programming languages have different data types, and it's important to choose the correct data type for your variables. Loops. Loops are used to repeat a block of code a certain number of times. For example, you might use a loop to display a list of names or to perform a calculation multiple times. There are two main types of loops, for loops and while loops. Control structures. Control structures are used to control the flow of your program. They allow you to create conditions in your code, such as if a certain condition is met, do one thing, otherwise do something else. Control structures are an important part of programming and are used in almost all programs. The history of programming. Programming has a long history, dating back to the 1940s with the creation of the first computer. At first, programming was a difficult and specialized field, with programs being written in machine code, a series of ones and zeros that the computer could understand directly. As computers have become more powerful and easier to use, programming languages have been developed to make it easier for humans to write code. These programming languages use English-like words and symbols, making it easier for people to read and understand the code. Some of the earliest programming languages include Fortran, COBOL, and Lisp. These languages were developed in the 1950s and 1960s and were used primarily for scientific and business applications. In the 1970s and 1980s, the development of personal computers and the rise of the Internet led to the creation of new programming languages, such as C and C++. These languages were designed to be more flexible and efficient, and they are still widely used today. In the 1990s, the rise of the World Wide Web and the development of the first web browsers led to the creation of new programming languages specifically designed for the web, such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Today, there are hundreds of programming languages to choose from, each with their own unique set of features and applications. Some popular programming languages include Python, Java, C++, C#, and PHP. No matter which language you choose to learn, the basic concepts of programming are largely the same. Why learn programming? So, why should you learn programming? Here are a few reasons. Programming can be a rewarding and lucrative career. There is a high demand for programmers in a variety of industries, and programming can be a highly paid and rewarding career. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage for computer and information technology occupations was $88,240 in 2019, and employment in these occupations is projected to grow 11% from 2019 to 2029, much faster than the average for all occupations. Programming can help you solve problems. Programming allows you to create solutions to problems in an efficient and automated way. Whether you're trying to create a website to sell a product, or you're trying to build a system to control a machine, programming can help you get the job done. Programming can be creative. Contrary to popular belief, programming can be a creative field. You can use your programming skills to create beautiful and interactive websites, build games, or even create art with code. Programming can help you understand technology. As technology becomes increasingly prevalent in our lives, it's important to have a basic understanding of how it works. Learning programming can help you understand how computers and software work and give you a better appreciation for the technology you use every day. Conclusion: programming is a valuable skill that allows you to create solutions to problems and automate tasks. It has a wide range of applications and can lead to a rewarding and lucrative career. If you're interested in learning programming, the best way to get started is to choose a language and start learning the basics. Practice, join a community, and keep learning, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a proficient programmer. I hope you found this video helpful. Stay tuned for more such videos, and if you like the video, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.